I'm
For
only
for for everything.
yeah for everything.
Mhm.
But the bathroom and the kitchen right now, I'm getting it done for about 13,000, and that was one. The kitchen was 15,000 alone.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But shit, I had to find this dude. Cool. He like every time he buys supplies, he just send me the receipt. He ain't
yeah.
like be
I
like,
like that. Yeah, I like.
yeah, like he ain't marking it up and shit. He just send me a picture of the receipt.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's called
yo, I ain't
huh?
even gonna front. I ain't even gonna front. Like, yo, been all Hispanics that done all the work at my crib outside of me doing shit myself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, Hispanics built my deck. Uh, Hispanics painted my crib. Hispanics put in my windows. Yo, I mean,
No.
I don't got nothing against my own people. You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Hmm.
Cause this how I pick up my contractors. Cause Home Depot literally down the hill from my house. When I
Hmm.
see motherfuckers at the store, copping shit, I mean, the majority of the time it's all like,
For
Hispanics and
somebody
Mexicans.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, I just start, you know what I'm saying, approaching them like, yo, what y'all do? Give me your number, give me a card.
Yeah.
And as soon as I need something done, I'll be like, come to the crib, how much you gonna charge me for this? Prices be low. I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Come on in, let's get it done.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is. Out here, you go to Home Depot, they just camped out. You know what I'm saying? They got business cards and everything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I just got a bunch of prices. Then I needed a floor, and my man's used the brother before, and I just showed him everything, and then his labor costs were straight, and then I buy the supplies. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it ended up
Oh yeah, I
working kind of
forgot.
similarly.
I forgot. Yeah. You know, I had this black dude do my kitchen floor.
All right, so you got one nigga in there.
As a matter of fact, yo, he did my kitchen floor and he hung up my TV in my basement. Forgot all about that shit.
Yeah, I had a black woman do my. She actually was a little contractor. She did the she hung the TV right here. As a matter of fact.
Yeah. I like to be hands on though. Like you said, like if I gotta do like a project, if I'm gonna gut some shit, I'm gonna gut
Hmm.
it dolo. But if I feel
Hmm.
like I don't have the time to actually do, the work that everything entails, I gotta pay somebody to do that shit. Cause I
Yeah.
be busy, man. I don't got time to be. I don't want to go to work, come back home, and you know what I'm saying, I don't want to stretch out no goddamn project while I'm doing that shit for like 6 months when I know I could get that shit done in like a couple of weekends if I pay somebody. But fuck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Fuck
You know
all
what
that.
I'm saying?
I'm definitely willing to pay, but I could gut it because I got trucks and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what made it easier. And my guys, I put them on the clock, then pay them $50 and shit. Them motherfuckers, I can't do no wrong.
Yeah.
You know what
So,
I'm saying? Word. Damn. Y'all hear this? Check, check, check. Can y'all hear this? No, right?
nah.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Good morning, Dana.
Dana, what's good?
I apologize for Adrian being rude. He would have said good morning usually, but
Good morning, Dana.
I thought I said good morning when she first
him and
said it.
him and Dana, I apologize. Him and B, I don't know. They've been acting real Hasidity this morning, man.
Nah, man.
Adrian been changing shirts to see how he look.
Y'all told me to put
Yo,
on.
he
Y'all
definitely stood
told me to
off.
change my shirt.
B, look at B standing in front of the House of Representatives trying to like I don't know what B. We know you getting to it, man. Damn,
Yeah, you see, when you show up to work, you got to be early. Yep, got to be on time.
that's a fact, bro.
I don't play that late shit.
Nah, B, you always on time.
You got to. Yeah, I don't play that late shit. Time is money.
Bub, you ever be late?
Hell no. I'm at work an hour early every day.
Word. You. How about you, A?
Yeah, I be late, but I'm there longer than everybody else too, and I don't
Nah.
have a particular
Nope.
time to clock in.
Nah,
What do you
nope.
mean?
Nah.
I don't have to be there for the.
Nah.
Hold on, y'all.
Yo.
Hey man, fuck them kids, man. Yo, that's I don't like that. I
That's
got there late,
my
but
grandma.
I
That's my
stayed.
grandma.
Yo, I don't like that, eh?
No, so I make my schedule, so I don't come in when everybody else come in. I pretty much get there when I get there.
So wait, why'd you say you'd be late then?
I stay later than everybody. Well, because we
No,
open at 5. So no, I'm not late. No, I'm not. I don't be there when we
no.
open, but I ain't late.
Why would you have to be that far? When do you need what hour do you need to cover?
So the way it is my staff, we open for our clients from 5 to 12:30. I just got to work 7.5 hours a day. So sometimes I'll go in at like 6, or if we short therapists, I'll be in at 5. So it pretty much is based upon need and what we have. So when we like fully staffed, I probably go there at like 7, and I may stay later so I can work without being interrupted all throughout the day.
Oh, all right, that makes sense.
Yo, that's wild, Adrian. You literally talk all day.
All day.
Yeah, I be getting aggravated when that phone ring. What?
Yo. Damn, man. All right. I apologize. I'm trying to get this thing working. Give me a second. I appreciate everybody filing into the live. I apologize for the late start. But we damn near on time. There you go. You good now?
Let's get it.
This might be risky. DJ Ham to Stampede. We in the building. The fellas in the building. Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody who couldn't make it. Shout out to everybody who woke up this morning. And God bless the dead to those who didn't, man. We got a couple different topics. If you guys saw the topics, the flyer for today. Right here. Just want to explore a couple current events, like what the F is really going on out here. You know what I mean? For this past week. So look, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend right now. We about to get this shit popping. This might be risky inside the locker room. All right, B, what they say? What's the verdict? You want it popping or you gotta ask?
He hasn't showed up yet, so.
All right, fuck him. I meant, well, whatever.
I should be good until 10, though. I should.
All right, let's do it. So I want to start off a little bit heavy-handed, if y'all don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to end on a more positive or light note, but I think we got to talk about this one, though. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen it, but this is the most recent time we've seen this happen to us. You guys see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let it play. It'll give you the context here.
More than 60 gunshot wounds were found on Jalen Walker's body. After officers fired a barrage of around 90 rounds.
When they make that most critical decision to point their firearm at another human being and pull the trigger, they've got to be ready to explain why they did what they did. They need to be able to articulate what specific threats they were facing, and that goes for every round that goes down the barrel of their gun. And they need to be held to account.
The 25-year-old was unarmed when he was shot. A firearm was found in his vehicle. Earlier, during a car chase, police believe Mr. Walker fired from the driver's seat. A casing was found close by. He later fled his vehicle wearing a ski mask. Police tried to stop him with tasers, then moved on to firearms. In the city of Akron, protests, but from Jalen Walker's family, a call for calm.
There are no words to describe what we just saw, but we are begging you. That family is begging you. Jalen is begging you to stay peaceful. We will get nowhere with violence and destruction, but we will with measured and calm dialogue.
8 officers are now on paid leave as an investigation attempts to understand why another unarmed black man has been shot and killed by police. Joe Pike, Sky News.
All right. So did you guys hear about this one?
Yeah.
I just want to get everybody's thoughts on it. So I picked this video, there's a bunch of videos because it hit on a couple points that some stuff I kind of disagree with, and then they always say, is it justified, so on and so forth. This one kind of gives you all the facts with a car chase, a shot let off, the gun in the car, a casing from that gun in the car, if I'm not mistaken, pretty close by. But then him fleeing without the gun and being shot in the back first, and then shot probably every goddamn where 60 times. So, Adrian, what's your thoughts on it? You on mute?
Yeah, you already know how I feel about the whole like killing black men and people just being like okay with it. You know what I'm saying? The whole attack on us, period. But I can see it justifies shooting them just based off of the police chase, based off of if he did shoot back, so he's armed. But once he start running, for y'all to shoot that man 60 times in his back, and it's like they justify it. It's like cops are the scariest people on fucking earth. You know what I'm saying? Like at any single time they scared, they could just shoot somebody, hey, because they did this or moved the wrong way. That's probable cause. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how you justify shooting somebody 60 times while they're running away from you. That makes no sense to me.
You remember back in the day, right? When we used to be out there tussling, and it'd be 5 of us, it'd be 2 people, 1 person. But for some reason, if 1 person hit him, everybody hit him. If 1 person stomped him, everybody stomped him. Do you think that that's kind of what happens when people get shot 60 times?
Yeah.
Like, is it like just like a trickle down type of thing?
Yeah, but I think it shouldn't. But I think so. Yeah, even though it happens that way, it's just like if all of us jump on 1 person, we all should be held accountable for it too. Like it don't justify it just because it's the way it is.
Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah, I'm just kind of for the shots thing. Now,
yeah.
What about the context that there was a chase and then a gunshot was let off, allegedly, right, from that car, and then you chasing him, right? Do they know if he still has that gun in his hand?
Right. That's why, like, and it paid me to say it. Like, I don't think it was wrong for doing it. You know what I'm saying? Based off of the evidence of, because it looked like too when they were showing the video that you were supposed to hear the shot too, and then shell casing. So if all of that stuff is true, where he was shooting back at them, then hey, he put himself in that situation. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is just the overkill piece of it shows that there's still a lot of underlining things with just racism and how they feel about us, period. And it's almost like they still just itching for a reason or an excuse to be able to show how they really feel about us.
Yeah. On that point, Bub, and I definitely want to give you a take, but I want to ask you this question. Do you, if you walking by a group of black men, right, in the city headed to work or wherever, do you get a different feeling than if you walk by a group of white men?
Me him?
Yeah.
Nah. Hell no. No. First off, let me just get this off my chest.
Go ahead.
I don't fuck with cops.
Mm.
Good or bad. That's your job. I don't fuck with you. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's because at this point, I'm in my 40s. I know how y'all operate. Y'all operate like a gang. You know what I'm saying? The police union is one of the strongest unions out there. I know how
Mhm.
y'all get down. I know what y'all do. I know what y'all stand for. So your brother could be standing right next to you and you know his ass is wrong. You know he dead wrong. But y'all still got that code. You're not gonna rat him out. You're not gonna snitch on him because you're afraid of the backlash. So I know how to I'm saying I can't respect that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all supposed to serve and protect, man. Get the fuck out of here with all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
same shit I'm seeing with my young eyes, at 41 years old. I got a 95-year-old grandmother that was seeing the same shit. So ain't none of this shit going to change, man. And
Mm.
what they did to that young man, yo, that shit is sad, man, and it's unfortunate. But what's more fucked up, I'm going off of crazy language right now, is because we know this shit gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again next month. It's gonna happen again 2 months after that. Shit ain't never gonna change, man. I don't give a fuck how many rallies and marches we do. Ain't none of this shit ever gonna change because they don't look at us as being humans. You know what it take in a person to shoot at a motherfucker 90 times? 90. Striking him 60 times? Yo, you could take a 2,000-pound moose, right? And you could take him down, you could take that moose down with one bullet. You don't gotta shoot at that moose 60 times. You feel me? And this man, the way he looked, he looked like he was only 170 pounds, maybe 160 at most. I know for a fact them bullets fucking like they shattered that man's body, yo. I can't even imagine what that man's body looked like. They shot that man from head to toe, literally 60 times. In his face and everything. You know what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
body was probably unrecognizable, man. And like the theory that, oh yeah, he let off one shot. Why the fuck, if you got a gun with a full clip, why the fuck would you let off one shot at the police? Right?
Mhm.
You don't all them fucking cars that's following him, he gonna let off one shot? Man, knock it the fuck off. That's some bullshit. And then they said he had a ski mask on. Okay, y'all motherfuckers got us out here wearing ski masks because of this fucking COVID shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't try to throw that in there like, oh yeah, he looked like a fucking criminal because he had a ski mask on. Everybody wearing fucking masks out here. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And was that gun his? Did I mean did they do ballistics on that gun? Is his fingerprints on that gun?
Mhm.
Like, come on now.
Yeah.
I've been the police tried to set me up before. You know what I'm saying? So I know what time it is. Police planted some shit in my car before. So I know what time it is. Like,
Do you think that question? You ever go to jury duty?
hell
And
yeah.
and then they ask you if you have family, if you've been incarcerated, family been incarcerated, how do you feel about the police? And then if you say anything negative, they automatically dismiss you.
Exactly.
Why
And
is
and
that?
you know what you know why that is? Because they know once you put that out there, they know you're not gonna be a motherfucking team player. They know you're not gonna be on their side. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. But wouldn't you think that would give you more insight if you have experience into something to where you could actually be what's it, knowledgeable about the situation? It's like they don't want you to be.
Yeah, but they in fear of their conviction rate. All they want is their conviction rate numbers to stay up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Mm.
that's why they don't want people like me and you on fucking jury duty.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
you 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 make me a juror. Oh, that motherfucking case gonna be over with quick. Ain't no ain't
Yeah,
no reason to drag this shit out 3, 4 months, 5 months, a year. Nah, this shit gonna be over quick.
Yeah, that's why you gotta lie, yo. When I was up there, they was asking me questions. They was asking me questions like that, and it was a black dude too. I'm like, no, I don't got no issues with the police. How do you feel about? I just answered everything how I'm like, yo, I'm getting up here. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting up here. I dang sure did, but it ended up being dismissed anyway. So
Yeah, I went about it the wrong way, and then and, and in
Yo,
hindsight, I'm like, damn, I should have finessed it so I can get up there because that's what really needs to happen. And then I could be somewhat objective too. Like if nigga really did some foul shit, then it is what it is. But if there's some inkling of them not being able to beyond a reasonable doubt this shit, I'm not voting guilty. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
B, did you see the clip?
Yeah, I saw that clip. Yeah. So I don't see here's something. I just don't see a like the justification to where they had to shoot him 60 times. Like I just can't see to where what he was doing warranted 60 bullets. But Bub hit on a good point. Look at Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. Look at all those people, all those leaders in America, all these rallies, all these protests, and what's changed? Nothing. Like Bub said, what's new? I mean, this is going to happen next month, 2 months from now. That's sad to say, but that's the truth. And more than likely, the officer, he's going to get off, or the officers, they're going to get off. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, they're going to come, they're going to preach, they're going to rally, they're going to protest, they're going to get the money for their organizations, and it's all just going to die down until the next shooting happens.
Mm. What do we need to do? Like, I'm just so. Well, let me ask this question: is there any such thing as a good police officer?
Nah. And I'm tired of seeing these bullshit ass fucking videos online too. Officers going in the hood playing basketball with kids throwing the fucking football. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. So what? So what? So what? They shooting basketball and footballs with little kids from the hood, man. We don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You probably clapped his brother or his uncle or his father, or probably put his fucking grandfather in jail. Like, come on, man. Knock
Yeah.
that shit the fuck off, man.
And they always showing the white cops, right? They
Yeah,
always
we don't give a
show,
fuck about
Yeah.
that shit, man.
yeah. Because out here we got a lot of. B, you could jump right in. Just like out here, we got a lot of black cops, so they do that shit all the time. Like that's nothing. They be outside. They barely be like arresting people. I remember one time I'm Sauce Boss blowing fucking down Florida Avenue, right? Bub, that's where like U Street is. Remember where we was at?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm blowing, right? And so the cop pulled me over. I'm drunk, all that. He like, yo, bro, I ain't trying to bother you, but your lights off. That's it. That's all he said. Like, that's it. I'm like, yo, thanks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the cops, I go to Denny's late, you know, because I be DJing. He like, yo, I need you to fill up my hard drive. Like, you know, because they black they look like us. So
Mhm.
you don't see a bunch of shootings like that in DC. They don't even pull their guns. If you notice in New York, they really don't pull their guns. Newark, they had none. It was like 2 years ago. No cop like pulled their gun like during like an arrest or anything like that because they edifying those cops in a different way. You ever see like the New York videos? They be fighting and shit, like the
Yeah.
people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I mean, obviously we got Sean Bell and Amadou, but you know, I think I've seen some change because that was what 2001, 2002,
Yeah.
something like that. But go ahead, B. What you about to say?
Right. Ham, one of the things that I think works or we should go back to, we need like fuck it, black militants carry our guns and shit. I mean, because back then when they did it, we had results.
What results? What
And another thing,
results you think?
I mean, would you say so back then, do you think lots of police shootings took place and people respected the police respected us a little bit more? I think so.
No, well, no, I don't know. They killed all them.
Yeah, they was a
Well,
B. Yo, the police were in fear of us, man, when we had
Huey.
black, yeah,
Yeah.
Black Panthers and those of that nature carrying around fucking firearms, shotguns, AKs and shit like that. That's why they got them the fuck up out of here quick. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's why they started changing gun laws and shit like that. They don't want us to own. They don't want us. When I say us, they don't want black and brown people to own no fucking weapons. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if we went back to that B, they'd clean us right the fuck up again. Because it'll be justifiable to them. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck if you got a license to carry or whatnot. Once they see that shit, man, you just a moving target for them. Trust. I don't even open carry out here. And I know that I can.
Yeah. Remember, there's one dude we play football with named, I forget the boy name, but he always be open carry. He went on World Star a couple times. You know, I mean, some people do it, but I can't even get a gun. That's the ill shit.
Yeah.
Like they disqualify you. Any like violent offenses, misdemeanor or not, you automatically disqualified.
Yeah.
You know.
Man,
So, what you think? Is there any such thing as a good police officer? What you think, B?
Can you repeat that?
Is there any such thing as a good police officer?
Damn. Wow. No. I would say no because I would say the temptation is always going to be there. There's always going to be that one officer, the propensity for him to snap, the propensity for him to want to steal money and do wrong and be influenced is always going to be there.
Okay. So you're saying even if he was so-called good, there's too much bad around him for him to.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And when you look at it, an officer has about 20, 22, 25 years before they retire. So the question would be for 25, 20 years, could you withstand from that temptation? And that would just be a individual question that each officer would have to ask himself.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, did I say withstand? I'm sorry.
I don't even know if withstand is. I think you mean
no, withstand. Withstand the temptation.
refrain. Were you trying to say refrain and withstand at the same time?
No, withstand is what I'm trying to say, Hamp. I know what I'm trying to say.
Well, you just said withstand. You just said withstand.
I said withstand, but I meant to say withstand. See, I got my words mixed up.
Yo.
Yeah, I think refrain also works too, right?
Absolutely.
I think that might be.
It works.
Yes, sir. I think that might be more appropriate, right? A little bit. So
Absolutely.
you were on the right track. You just picked the wrong word once you got it right. No big deal. Because you were right but you were right though. I think refrain was the word that I think you were going for that really fits. Like refrain from the temptation, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good job, B. You got that thesaurus. I bought him a thesaurus, so I see it. What you think, A? Is any such thing as a good police officer?
So I think it could be I think a good man can be a police officer. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at it in terms of it being like a gang mentality, it's only so much that person would do. You know what I'm saying? Because I got frat brothers that are cops, firemen, good men that I more than likely I think they would do the right thing. But then when you look at from that gang mentality, the type of things that they go through where, you know, the person that you with has to have your back. So I think to a degree, they're always going to be somewhat partial to other officers and may not want to always stand up. And as we always talk about probability, you know what I'm saying? So from that standpoint, like, is it like it's possible, but it's not really likely that we have many officers who are going to do the right thing no matter what, even when everybody else who they're supposed to be with or be willing to stand up and kind of go against the whole gang that is the police. So
Yeah, man. I think that's the problem. I think it's impossible for there be any such thing as a good police officer because the system is so broken. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like if you plug a controller into your PlayStation, it could fire up and all that. But if that PlayStation ain't working, no matter how new that controller is, you know. Um, yeah, I think it's too many flaws, especially because law is so reactive. So something happens, then they create a law. Something happens, they create another law. You know, and largely it's against us, like Bub was alluded to earlier. We were 3/5 a man in Constitution, and then when it was written, we were considered property. So how can it possibly pertain to us or protect us when it wasn't written for us, even though we've seemingly have progressed, you know? Um, like were we better off before segregation? I mean, before desegregation? Like before they brought us together and made us go to those schools, were we better off at that point? Because we had our own everything, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, to answer that well, it's hard to answer that question because we wasn't there. But
Yeah.
I think our ancestors would say yes, that they do feel like they was better off because they had more community based programs and yeah, exactly. We had our own, but then
Yeah.
they but then they
Marriage
made it
for
but then they
hire.
made it seem like but then they made it seem like we could still have our own and live in the same spaces as them,
Hmm.
but they still fucking stripped everything from us, every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man. Shit. I don't know. Interesting, man. God bless the dead, man. You know, that one piece of that clip where she's like, Jalen will want peace. Like, you can't do that. That's
yeah, I hate that
irresponsible.
shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like that nigga had a
We the most
burner.
villainous people on
He
the
had
earth.
he had a burner. He was running from the cops in the car. Then he jumped out and ran. Jalen wasn't looking for no peace. I don't think like don't put that on that man.
yeah,
You know they always saying that shit. Now, and I kind of understand burning down where you got to shop at, but only a little bit. Like you remember the Target a CEO in I think it was where when George Floyd, he's like let them burn that shit down. If they need to
yeah,
get it off their chest, let like
yeah.
he ain't tell them stop or no, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I don't know, man. It's a goddamn shame, man. But like Bub said, we've seen this far too often to assume that it'll get better.
Really,
Um,
right. Yeah, that's true.
and I just wish I had an answer, but I don't.
Yeah, me either. I don't
You
think
know?
anyone does.
Yeah. All right, let me share this real quick, man. 'Cause this fucking idiot, and this, I think this contributes. You know what I mean? Like, you ever go to a class, right, with a substitute teacher, right? Petty, especially an idiot substitute teacher, you do what you want to do in that class.
Yeah,
Go to the bathroom, walk the hall, leave out, whatever the case. Like, and I feel like that's what's going on because it's more and more bullshit every day. I feel like. So look at this. Share my screen. Look at this. Good.
Majority writes, and I quote, women, I'm just a quote now from the majority, women are not without electoral or political power. It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without electoral and or political, or maybe precise, not and or political majority.
Yo, do y'all understand what just happened?
yo,
This, yo, he he read.
yo, that's sad, man. It's sad.
Yo, hold on, because I just want to make sure everybody caught this foolishness, man.
Women,
God damn, it shit keep going back on me, huh?
That's crazy.
No, like he really This
In the quote.
he said end of quote. Repeat the
Majority
repeat the
writes, and
line.
I quote, women, I'm just a quote now from the majority. Women are not without electoral or political power. It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without electoral and or political or maybe precise, not and or political power. Majority writes, and I quote.
Yo, this is real.
I know.
Real sad too.
And this is
Yo,
everybody wanted to vote for it.
Real sad,
yo.
yo.
Boy said repeat the line. Yo. It's just like, how can you win, man?
Bruh. Yo, I feel like we live in a movie, yo, every day, man. Like it shit is just like it's like comedy at this point.
Yo.
And like you got Kamala back there, like she just standing like grab his fucking shoulder, say, "Hey, listen, listen, let me, I got it from here." Like, cause yo, it's fucking embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing, man.
Like, come on now.
This the leader of the free world, so-called.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man.
You got homie falling off bikes. You got homie finishing speeches, turning to his fucking left and right, shaking people's hands. That's not even fucking there. Like, yo, there's no one there. This shit is so scripted. Like, yo,
It's a
it's
joke.
crazy. Yeah, it is. It's sad. It's sad. But that's who we supposed to follow.
So does voting really matter then? Because they literally legit only give us two options anyway. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they really just give us two options to vote for president anyway. It's all a puppet show. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody else clearly pulling the strings, y'all. So is voting still that important?
Well, voting for a presidential candidate, man. Like, man, listen, yo. Listen, cause I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Like my wife got me on all this voting shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it funky early on in our relationship. But like locally, that's something different.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to like the president, man, I'm starting to throw my hands up, yo, at this point on some for real shit. I'm just being honest with y'all. It's like, yo, Adrian, I'm with you at this point. Like, does it really make sense? Look what the fuck we dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep it funky though. I'm just gonna be honest with you. When before Trump got in office, right?
Mhm.
I wanted Biden. And I'm gonna tell you why I wanted Biden. Because at that point, when we all thought Biden was gonna run, Biden was spewing out a lot of good points that would have benefited me employment wise. You know what I'm saying? Me and my coworkers union wise. I'm saying I'm a union man. So at that point, we all wanted his ass. But now that he's in office, man, I'm like, yo, like, bruh,
Do you?
shit.
I just think we are so like we are such sheeple as black people. Like
Absolutely.
we just keep voting Democrat, right?
Yeah.
And like for what? Like I don't understand. I don't see the benefits.
I don't either, man. I don't either. And
Middle class, we don't benefit from social programs and things of that nature. We
nah.
have to pay for them. So I'm not a proponent of a bunch of food stamps, Section 8, and so on and so forth because it's coming out of my pocket.
Yeah.
Like just being honest, especially because people stay on it forever. I could see if you used it for a couple years and it had a cutoff and you had to, get up out of it, but it's just constant.
But see here, see Pete though.
Hmm.
You see how you see how you being real right now, Ham, and you just spewing out how you really feel about shit. Like
Yeah.
you could potentially get right. This what our people this what fucks us all up. you could potentially get backlash for what you said on your own platform of how you really feel pertaining to shit. Because your family don't want you to feel that way. Or your, you know what I'm saying? Or your
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
like you said, everybody wants us to all be on the same, on the same wave because we all sheeple, like you said. Like
yeah.
it's sad. So like I said, you know what? I said to myself a couple years ago, I said, you know what, man? I'm gonna keep all my political, views and shit like that to myself. I'm just gonna do what I do. I'm gonna vote the way I want to vote, and I ain't gonna follow no fucking bullshit because at this point in my life, the way I've been going ain't benefit me at all, at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real shit.
Yeah.
Think about
Nigga,
like,
I gotta check. I gotta check the fucking gross or whatever the one before the taxes. That shit was 5,200, right? After taxes, my nigga, I got $3,700, yo. What?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
listen, fuck
yeah.
that. That shit is no point in even working like that. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
hey, I'm
yo,
telling
that
you, man.
shit is crazy.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Yo,
People be
my-
killing me too, man, because they be like, yo, people be like, oh, the rich should pay more taxes. Why ain't the rich people paying more taxes, paying the same amount of taxes as me or more? You know why? Because they fucking know more than you, okay? They know how to get around the system. That's why.
yo, that's what I was just having this conversation. The rich, like dividends, don't get taxed the same. So if you invest in something, uh, right, like invest in stocks, the taxes on your stocks, like when your return, I think it's like 14 or 15%. If somebody watching, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but depending on how much money you make on a W-2, you can be up to what was it, 36%, 20? I think it starts at what, 20% for the feds.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can get up to 30-40% of what you making. Like that shit is nuts. So if Jeff Bezos don't pay himself, but he invests in his business and then he get the returns on the investment, he ain't paying the same taxes.
Exactly. I don't have a problem at all that Jeff Bezos don't pay taxes. I don't give a fuck. You know why? Because he's a businessman. He's in business. And
Yeah.
if you do your research and you see what benefits you get with business, you would want to start a business too. Educate your fucking selves. Give a fuck about rich people not paying taxes.
Word, you gotta write everything off. Everything.
Exactly. Exactly.
Everything. That's it.
The
Every
drawers I got on right now, I'm gonna write them off.
yo,
Educate yourselves.
yeah. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, man. Like that's the bottom line. I know we play football. Every single play I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. That's because I'm giving out max effort. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, if you
Yo,
ain't cheat, you ain't trying, man. That's how
wow.
it works. It's dog eat dog, you know. But that's the leader of the free world, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Like he said, repeat the line. Like, how many teleprompters has this asshole looked at?
wow.
I don't know. That shit just made me like, just unfortunate, man. Interesting, interesting. So, and we actually gonna do that financial show that we had lined up next Thursday. Try to get some guests who really work in that field. As why black people position as consumers so often. So we definitely gonna dive into that. So, all right. So uh the what is a woman thing. Remember they asked the Supreme Court justice that she couldn't really answer, or we had it on the podcast where her answer was predicated upon the future. You know, her having to perhaps preside over a case that that answer could have put her in a bind, so to speak. But it was a shame. I felt bad for her that she couldn't answer the question, "What is a woman?" So did y'all see Macy Gray?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where did I put that thing? So let me share my screen real quick. think I got it on the right mark here. Let me go back a little bit.
I will say this, and everybody's gonna hate me, but as a woman, just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman.
Right.
Sorry.
You feel that?
I know that for a fact. Like, if you want me to call you a her, I will, because that's what you want. But that doesn't make you a woman just because I call you a her, and just because you got a surgery.
Because people do feel that there's biological sex and then there's gender identity, that you can identify as whatever you like
You can
in
call
terms
yourself
of a
whatever you
gender,
want.
right? That's the freedom we live in. But
Absolutely.
actually, you can't change the mechanics of biological sex. They are what they are.
Well, just like women go through just a completely unique experience, and surgery or finding yourself doesn't change that. Being a little girl is a whole epic book, and you can't have that just because you want to be a woman.
I mean, that when people like J.K. Rowling have said this, they get attacked, they get abused.
Yeah.
The cancel culture mob comes suddenly. She gets called transphobic and so on. You might get the same for saying it.
But it's the truth. And I don't think you should be called transphobic just because you don't agree with, I just, there's a lot of, judgment and throwing, stones at people for just saying what it is. You know what I mean?
You have hung out with some very interesting people.
Yeah.
Prince was one of them. You sat in a dark
So
he called me up to his room. The lights were out.
I think that's key.
For 2 hours in his dark room.
So of course, she got tons of backlash, right? And she said it. She said you can't change your body parts and be a woman or be calling yourself a woman. Women go through a very unique experience that makes them so. And she said it. She knew she's gonna catch some backlash. What do you guys think about her comments?
Hey, you know what's crazy, yo? You know how before we would get into it, with women talking about who has it worse, right? Like black women, black men, whatever. But it's like a whole assault on women for real, to where it's like they're just making anything a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. And maybe it could just be like my circle, but I don't think I see enough women upset about this shit. Like, that's crazy that it's like what they are. And I love what she was talking about. Like, it's a unique experience, regardless of how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Feelings and facts are two totally different things. So even with the gender identification or whatever, that's always been a thing. You can always call yourself whatever you want to be. Cool, but it don't make you that. And so it's like you have all of these different men who now want to be women because they feel that way. It just like undermines what it is to be like a real woman, and almost not even validating everything that they go through. Body changes from an early age, everything that they have to deal with. Like you can never experience that. And so it's almost like, so we can't just let anybody enter that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. She fired. She hit it right on the head. And it's just like when we were talking about one of the other episodes, like truth is truth. And you can't just cater things and make people feel good. The truth is gonna make people not feel good. That's what it does. That don't mean we change it or shift it. Because like you were saying, Hamp, where do we draw the line at? Where do we draw the line? So I'm glad that we got people with the big followings willing to stand on truth when nobody else really is. So shout out to her, y'all.
Word. What you think, Bob?
I feel the same way Adrian feels, he articulated that pretty well. He's a freaking therapist. But shout out to Macy Gray. I think we need more of that, man, because she nailed it. And I feel like, getting back to what Adrian said about, more women not being upset, and champion, people taking a stance like Macy Gray. It's because of fear, man. It's because of fear. They don't want to get canceled per se. They don't want they are in fear of not being politically correct on the aspect that uh whatever individual wants to identify as, they should be able to. But men, man, we don't give a fuck. We gonna say what we want to say regardless. You know what I'm saying? And Macy was right, man. Like, you can't just change your body parts and just be like, yo, I'm a woman now, and just expect like everything that a real woman deals with, you now are going to deal with, or have the same. Like, you ain't gonna get no menstrual every 30 days. You ain't gonna have to go through fucking menopause. You know what I'm saying? Hey, your hips, you ain't gonna have the hips to carry around, offspring. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. You
Yeah.
don't get all of that. You know what I'm saying? You don't get all of that.
Yeah.
You don't you ain't gonna go to postpartum. You don't know what the fuck that shit feel like. You know what I'm saying? Women deal with a lot, yo. And just by you changing your body parts, you ain't never gonna experience that shit. So y'all gotta knock it off, man. For real.
Word. Adrian, you about to say something?
Nah. I love when Bub be going in, yo.
Yeah.
That's the passion for me.
It's a shame, right? I'm be like, if you notice, right, the women are getting replaced, and just take something more light in entertainment. They don't put a transgender in the role of a man on these movies and TV shows. It's a role of a woman that they get replaced in. Right? So that's one less role on all these TV shows for a woman. Right? The Jenner person won Woman of the Year. That's one less woman, one less year that a woman was supposed to be celebrated. Like, and they don't understand this. They want to partner with said movement, but they don't understand that they losing out because of said movement. And I get it's entertainment. They can say whatever, it's one role, but women changing to men physically, even. Remember, we talked about the competition. They can't compete with us physically in terms of like a sport. But men transitioning to women, it's not fair. And women just keep hooraying, y'all, and but it's you guys who are losing.
Absolutely.
Like,
And
I just
the host brought that up too in that Macy Gray clip pertaining to sports. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, it ain't, it ain't right. He said it in a soft tone, but he pretty much said, it ain't right. It's not fair. And more people need to start coming to the forefront and saying it's not fucking fair. You know what I'm saying? Be more vocal. Same way you vocal about everything else. Be more vocal. Take a stance, man. For real.
And it just, I don't know. It's illogical to me. You know what I'm saying? It's illogical to me. Oh, let me see. Dana had a comment. Yeah, you don't, because they can't. Right? Like, they would if they could, but they can't. Like, it's just not. You don't have the physical capabilities. The one thing that really hurt my feelings, this was a while ago, but they took the woman's silhouette off the Always tampon box.
Yeah.
And I know some women was like, I don't care, we can still use, like, no,
But
like,
why don't you care? Yeah, exactly.
It's like, come on. Like, you can't just, everything just can't be to each his own all the time, because y'all losing. You talk about the pay gaps, you talk about the inequality, but now things are being taken from women. Things that they should never even have to deal with. And then, they say it's little things here and there, but when do those, a bunch of little things become a lot.
Yeah, that's how it starts, man. Opening the door. Just like you give them an inch, you take a mile with anybody. I had to check some people I supervise. I'm like, yo, if y'all gonna step out, just send a message in Teams. If you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, everybody stepping out of the office 4 or 5 times a day. All right, that's it. We got to put an end to that now. You give them an inch, they take a mile. And sometimes you don't even see it. You won't even see it till it's too late or it becomes a huge issue. And then at that point, it's hard to do anything about it.
Yeah.
So,
And then everybody's complaints of how you talk to them or how you deliver is fielded and given credence. So I deal with that too. I had a couple people under me. I had to kind of do their job to show them how it's done. And you should see. Oh well, Hampton said it harshly. I typed it. Well, again, you need to clock in or else. Period. They like go back and fix it or nah. They like there's no service. I said I don't care about none of that. Somehow you clock into the one system that's tied to your paycheck, but you can't clock into the other system that's tied to us charging the customer. But you never forget that first one. So I said if you don't clock into both, neither count. Now everybody clocking in like a motherfucker. Now all of a sudden they got service.
I bet.
Like it just like, but then you like Adrian said, you allow them to do such a thing, man. And I think women need to really be careful because they taking that shit too lightly. You know, and then the truth is, what do you think about the mockery of the black woman too? Not mockery. It's what's the same? The form of flattery. What's the best form of flattery?
Imitation.
Huh?
Well, like imitation is the best
Yeah.
form of
Yep. So if you notice, right, that the mannerism and of the like the flamboyant gay man is largely how black women stereotypically would act, right? With all that okay and the snapping of fingers and all yes girl and all the quotes and all that, they mimicking them. Is it mimic or is it mockery?
I think it's mockery. Word up. I think it's mockery.
Yeah.
All that stomping around and clapping when they want to make a point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Crazy. Definitely mockery.
Yeah.
Down to the late fronts and everything.
Yeah.
Word up.
Word up, man. Like I just think women really gotta be mindful. You know, you letting some shit slide. Everything's okay with you because you want to be inclusive. You're gonna include yourself out the way again. Back in the secretarial roles and administrative roles because you want everybody to be, you know, take because they taking your slots. They ain't taking ours. They're not taking ours. So I don't know. I think y'all gotta be careful, man. Honestly. You guys got anything else on that?
Nah, man. I think we needed another cooler to the coolest topic off outside of me and you.
Yeah, man. Damn. I don't know if anybody in the chat. No, they I do want to know like what women think of this because I know, you know, shout out to Alex and Poop and all them. We heard them, you know, we heard what they had to say on it.
Yeah.
You know, they real diplomatic, right? They real political. But like, do any women feel? I'm dropping a link real quick before we get out of here. Do any women feel like, yo, like I need to be a little bit more cognizant of what's happening? You know, right? Because I don't know. They, you know, I need to be. Do they need to be cognizant, or it just is what it is, and they want, you know, is it the we are the world shit? If so, that's fine. But I'm just wondering.
We gotta.
You know,
somebody hit that link. One of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell somebody hit the link, yo.
Look, here you go. Dana, the link right there. What do you mean regulate your own bodies?
Yo, run that back for Tawana then. Yeah.
What's that? Macy? Oh, the video? All right. Hold on.
She said she don't know what we talking about.
Hold on. 1 second. So Twan, this what the topic kind of stemmed from.
Just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman.
Right.
Sorry.
You feel that?
I know that for a fact. Like, if you want me to call you a her, I will, because that's what you want. But that doesn't make you a woman just because I call you a her and just because you got a surgery.
Because people do feel that there's biological sex and then there's gender identity, that you can identify as whatever you like in terms of a gender, right? That's the freedom we live in. But actually, you can't change the mechanics of biological sex. They are what they are.
Well, just like women go through just a completely unique experience, and surgery or finding yourself doesn't change that. Being a little girl is a whole epic book, and you can't have that just because you want to be a woman.
I mean, that when people like J.K. Rowling have said this, they get attacked.
So that's kind of what the conversation stemmed from, her saying that. And then we just going into the fact that women are losing a little bit when they continue to champion, a woman can be anyone who decides to call themselves such, But we was just wondering, like, do any women really like understand like this is hurting y'all? And then we were talking about entertainment, like they take you guys' roles. They don't take our roles in movies. And it shows.
And two, let me say this too, right? While before they come up, y'all. Women always say, shout out to y'all, because we gonna support y'all. Y'all always say men don't support y'all. So I think it's important that us men continue to not let that shit ride. So however you want to feel. I'm gonna respect and show love to everybody. But just because you feel like you a woman, you are not a woman. You are not replacing our women are fire, and we not here for it. So we not accepting that at all. If you were not born a woman to be able to bear children, I know some women can't have children, but if you weren't born a female, you know what I'm saying? You're not a woman. Period. Point blank, end of the discussion. Feel how you want to feel, though. You know what I'm saying? Feel how you want to feel, but nah, we us men, we gonna stand on that, and we got y'all black women, yo, especially our sisters. We got y'all on this one, yo. But y'all can't say something, you know what I mean? But we got y'all.
Hey, Tawan, I see you hit the link. There you go. You're working now.
Morning, fellas.
What up, though?
Tawana was good.
All right. Everybody good?
Yeah, did you get them boxes put away?
Majority of them. I still got some things that I need a settle in. You want to come help me do a settle in?
I'm expensive, man.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll feed your black ass. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll make sure you eat.
Yo, Tawana,
good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Yeah, man. Somebody was like, yo, why she got all them boxes? I'm like, she just moved and shit. Niggas be critical as hell.
It's all good. It's all good. I thought I explained that already, but it's all good. Some people need a little extra explanation.
Yeah. So what you think, like women be championing that stuff, and we just saying that, in sports, it's hard for you guys to win against, transgender women in movie roles and TV shows, and we just doing that, some lighter stuff. And then like on the Always box, they took off the woman's silhouette, this hurting y'all? And I know a lot of women back it though.
The crazy thing about that always box, men can't get menstruals.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they took the woman off it anyway. You still, no matter how much you think you're a woman, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You can take off your penis. You still not gonna get a menstrual.
Mm-hmm.
You're still not gonna get a menstrual. So I don't get it. I let people be who they are, right? But at the same time, I look at them and I go, man, y'all don't even know. You can't even touch this. First of all, they too extra. They do too much. You know what I'm saying? They do way too much to try to be us, to try to be that woman. When I get around a man, and to each his own, I'm not knocking your hustle. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. But I have an opinion, right? My opinion is be who God created you to be.
Mm.
Be that man. Be that real man. You know, you want to be a woman. Why? For what reason? Now, everybody's histories are different. There's like these girls out here trying to be dudes. A lot of women were raped. They don't want to have nothing to do with a man again. So they turn to a woman for that same affection that they're looking for from
Mhm.
that they could have gotten from that man, right?
Yeah.
And so I just let people be who they are, man. We gotta it's a rough road because it's turning a lot of heads. A lot of these young girls out here being dudes and a lot of these dudes being females. I have a friend who I see on Instagram and Facebook all the time. This man dresses like a woman. I'm talking about to the nines. You wouldn't even know he was a dude. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The
That's
hat,
scary.
the makeup, the dress, the high heel shoes. Like nigga, you got on high heel shoes? Wow. That hurts. That hurts to see those kind of things happening because they're not really in touch with their real identity. Who
Mm.
are you? Do you
Mhm.
know who you are?
Yeah. What do you guys think about this, right? After people transition to whatever it is they feel that they are, the suicide rates don't drop. So they kind of increase, you know. So what I'm saying is like when that man finally becomes a woman, you would assume that is that's how they felt, then the suicide rates would decrease, right?
Mhm.
They wouldn't still be dealing with it, right? Because they're
Right.
finally in the body that they want to be. But in actuality, it increases, you know,
Well, it's
and it,
because of acceptance, Ham. It's because of acceptance. They're not accepted with who they want to be. You know what I mean? So because they're not accepted in that realm of who they want to be, they then start killing themselves because they're not being accepted. That's why they're killing themselves. That's why suicide rate isn't going down. They want you to accept them for who they are. No, a lot of people ain't going for that. You know, and they got these men out here fooling these men too. They got men fooling men.
no, there was
That's crazy. You
there
ever
was
saw
a,
that? There was a show out that this young boy was a man. He was a grown ass man, teenager. I'm lying. He was a teenager, was wearing female clothes, switched up into a woman, changed his identity, his look. He got sex changed the whole 9 yards, and was messing with this man. The man ain't even know. And when he found out, he killed him.
Yo,
mm-hmm,
yo.
He
yeah.
killed him. Now, is he wrong? Yeah, because it ain't your job to take somebody else's life, but it ain't your job to fool another man either. At
What do
least
you
let him
mean?
know.
What do you mean though?
He's he tricked him into thinking he was that woman he was looking for.
So
Instead of
that's
telling him, I'm really a man, I'm a transvestite, or I switched over, or
but
whatever. Tell him.
you don't think that somebody should be deleted for that?
I don't think it's your place to take somebody else's life. I get your point. From a street perspective, absolutely. From a street perspective, absolutely. But from a godly perspective, it's not your place.
I don't know, man.
Okay, to each his own. We all think
Yeah.
different. It's
No,
okay.
I'm just well, if you just well, specifically the godly place, the homosexuality thing is punishable by death. So if you
You're
subjected that
100%
man to
correct.
that,
You know what? You're right. You're
you
right.
know,
So I stand to be corrected.
just in terms of what the book says, right? Not
Right.
saying
Right.
everybody has to believe that, but in terms of the God that most of us reference would be
Mm-hmm.
the God of the Bible, and therefore that's what it says.
Right.
Same thing in the Quran because it's the same God too. So
Right. Right. You
um
call him. You call him God. What you call him. I call him what I call him. It don't change who he is.
yeah, same one.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody will
So
have to somebody will have to deal with that though, Tawana, because there's a lot of consequences that could come with that.
Oh
So
no,
like
it's hot out here.
let's say you take right, you take a young man that been dealing with women his whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he I don't know, he come to around 28, somewhere close to 30, he want to settle down. Now he find this person, that he thinks he's in love with, you know, they vibing out, they got good chemistry, and then he decides, you know, he's like, listen, he introduced this lady to the family, like, listen, this is my girl, I
Ooh.
love her, I'm about to marry this woman. Now let's say he put a ring on her finger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, once they married, after they married, you know, homie be like, I got something to tell you. I'm not really a woman. I'm a man.
Woo.
Now this man to introduce this so-called woman to his whole family, told his family he loved this person. They fucked around and got married. Now they in too deep. Now this person then came out and said, listen, I'm not really a woman. How he's supposed to feel, how he's supposed to react, what he's supposed to tell his family, because that shit gonna have to come out eventually.
It's a true story, or you just hypothetical?
That's hypothetically.
Oh,
Like it would have to come out. Cause like I know if that was me, my mama be like, I know off top, my mama be hurt. Son, I didn't when? I didn't know you was how, son. That would hurt. That would devastate my mother. I know for a fact it would. I know for a fact that would. So you can't play with people like that. You know
No, you can't.
Like, so I'm just gonna keep it funky too. I might have to kill that person. I'm just being serious.
Right.
But then because it's a lose-lose, because you gotta think about it like this. Your mother and your friends are gonna be like, come on, Bob.
Right,
Y'all
you
was
ain't
together
know.
for 3 years and you ain't know?
Right.
Come on, how you ain't know, bro?
Right. That's what I would say. I ain't gonna lie. I would damn sure say, how you with them 3 years and you ain't know? Like, what y'all doing? How y'all doing that sleeping together thing? I'm confused.
Yeah. That shit could turn me suicidal. Like,
right.
Now people turning their back on me. Now people, you know what I'm saying? My man's is looking at me funny style now. Like, come on, man. Like, that's tough.
This how niggas is so like. If I had it, if the judge said, "Yo, you can either do a 30-year bid, or do let somebody do something crazy to you in the same context, like let somebody I'm doing that bid. I don't give a
give me
fuck,
30, bro. Give me 30.
in a heartbeat.
Give me
Yeah, but that's
30.
y'all. There, you
It
got
could
to
even be
understand.
life. I'm doing life.
I'm doing life. But you got a lot of people out here that would go for it, Ham. They would just be like, I'm doing it. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. There's some, they would. They go ahead and get it done, man. This world is doing something different.
Yeah.
It's doing a whole lot of different things going on out here, man. We gotta just stay on your A game. Don't let me see you on that line. Let me see none of y'all brothers on that line. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm coming for your throat.
If they present it to an individual up front and say, listen, this is what I am, do you accept that or not? Even if it's like publicly or behind closed door, and that said person say, okay, you know, fuck it, hey, homie, you tough, yo, I can't, sorry, friends and family, but yo, homie, tough, yo, I gotta go with that. Hey, it is what it is at that point, because they threw it out there to you already. They presented themselves, they were truthful, and now you decide to switch sides. That's on you.
Right.
But don't play the
That's
game.
on you.
Don't play the trickery game though with me or anybody else, because you might get yourself killed.
What's up, A? You quiet? What's going on?
Oh no, I already went.
Yeah,
we have been talking about it already.
Oh, okay. My bad. I missed it. My bad.
Well, Tawana, listen, we about to do final thoughts. We're gonna get one. All right. So interesting, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. We streaming on Apple, Anchor, Spotify. Right now, we're currently streaming on video on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and obviously Facebook. For the best experience, subscribe to the YouTube, and then also turn on the notifications, right? So that whenever we post content and all that. And then when you hit the like button, it like expands our algorithm and more people can see it. So it really helps the channel. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
So listen, I don't really like Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. So no, you amateur with the final thought. Let the professionals go first. Adrian, final thought.
My final thought, you have every right to feel however you want to feel. But no matter what you feel like, you could never be a black woman unless you was born as one, yo.
Amen.
Word. But
First and foremost, hats off, shout out to Macy Gray. Yo, we need more people to take a stance like she did. All right. And as far as those police officers that shot that young man, 60 times, I hope y'all rot in hell. And just everybody, man, just live your lives, man, the best way you know how to, man. Because we living in a movie right now. Let's get it.
Word. Tawana.
I'm a woman, a real woman. And if you want to know how to do this, call me. And I'm out.
That's facts.
Yeah, man. I think 60 shots is overly excessive, and I hope that they assess that part. Oftentimes, they just look for justification as the reason why. But if you do something that many times, at a point, it has to become malicious. So I think they need to start looking at it a little bit differently than as though, was it justified because they knew he had a gun? Maybe so, right? But ain't nothing. I don't give a damn. 60 ain't justified for shit. And I think they need to assess that separately. You know what I mean? Joe Biden is an idiot now because he's senile. So you've read 1,000 teleprompters, Joe Biden. There's no way you say, read the line, repeat the line. Are you shitting me, bro? You are the leader of the free world.
Right.
And Kamala, you know the man brains are gone. And I have empathy for it because I see these people in the work that I do often. But this guy, he ain't that goddamn smart to begin with. They call him Cool Joe, whatever the fuck they was calling him. Y'all niggas got his head gassed up from when he was with Obama. His skin falling apart. He looked, boy, that boy aged like milk. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, man. And Macy Gray, we appreciate you being honest, right, with the candor. I know that you faced some backlash. You said you learned a lot. And I think I understand what you mean by that, But I think women, be careful, man, because there's no other creature like you guys on this earth. And I think we need to stand by that and understand that because what you guys offer, we certainly can't. Not even close, right? And you see Adam was fucked up, kicking rocks around in the Garden of Eden. Then he got Eve. Well, she fucked everything up. But, he still needed her.
Okay.
So Genesis 3, if you want to read that story, Adam was so fucked up, he blamed God for the shit. He said, "You gave me her, God." Shout out to that, bro. Hey, look, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and we out.
Yo.
Later.